Imagine waking up to find out your company just made $1 billion overnight. The only problem? That $1 billion didn't actually exist. It was entirely made up on a spreadsheet. Meet Enron, the seventh largest company in America, which turned out to be nothing more than a giant corporate hallucination. While the CEO was busy buying private jets and bribing analysts, the accounting department was using a legal loophole so bizarre, it basically meant, if we dream of making a profit in 20 years, we can spend that cash today. This is the story of how the smartest guys in the room pulled off the biggest scam in Wall Street history and how it all burned to the ground in just 24 days. To understand how Enron pulled this off, you have to meet a guy named Jeff Skilling. He had a vision. Why make real money when you can just imagine it? He introduced a completely legal, yet completely insane accounting method called mark-to-market. Here is how normal human beings do business. You build a power plant, you sell electricity, and then you record the profit you actually made. Simple, right? Here is how Enron did business. They would sign a contract to build a power plant. Before they even bought a single brick, they would estimate how much money it might make over the next 20 years and record all of that imaginary future profit on their books today. What if the plant failed and actually lost money? Did they erase the profit? Of course not. They just built another imaginary project to cover it up. By the late 1990s, Enron was Wall Street's favorite golden child. Stock prices were skyrocketing, and traders were literally partying in the office like they were at a rock concert. But underneath the hype, the company was actually bleeding cash. Why? Because imaginary profits don't pay the real electricity bills. Enter Enron's CFO, Andy Fasto. His job wasn't financial management, it was financial hide and seek. Whenever Enron made a terrible investment, which they did constantly, Andy would just create a secret shell company. He gave these fake companies cool sci-fi names like Raptor, Jedi, and Chuko, probably because this entire business model belonged in a fantasy universe. Enron would then transfer all of its massive debt and failing businesses to these secret companies. On paper, Enron looked completely clean and debt-free. But here is the golden rule of economics. You can fool the analysts, you can fool the banks, but you can never fool math. In late 2001, investigative journalists and skeptical investors finally started asking one simple question. Wait, how do you guys actually make real money? Enron couldn't answer. The illusion shattered. In just 24 days, Enron's stock plummeted from $90 a share to less than a single penny. 20,000 employees lost their jobs and their life savings overnight, while the top executives walked away with hundreds of millions in bonuses just days before the bankruptcy. The lesson? Whenever a company's business model is so complicated that even their CEO can't explain it in simple English, run. Thanks for watching. If you want to see how a 15-minute computer glitch wiped out $1 trillion, click the video on your screen right now.